Thank you everyone for joining in the afternoon on a weekend. I hope there will be some takeaways from this webinar in the next 1 hour. In the next, uh, so I am Anil Grandi. I am the CEO and founder of AG Fintechs. Disclaimer: this restaurant revitalization fund program details are not completely available as of today. I am trying to share the information whatever is available from the different government organizations and also with my prior experience in handling different government grants and other government grant or government initiatives in the last 1 year due to the pandemic. And as the program is keep changing with our experience over the PPP loans in the last 1 year, all government initiatives have been keep changing. The rules are keep changing whenever, and so there is whatever I'm discussing today, they are valid as of today. But maybe in the next few days, government may come forward and again they may change something. So I strongly recommend you to stay up to date on this what's happening. Please continuously check SBA websites. So as to share my knowledge with my clients and also to the community members, every day I spend a lot of time in checking treasury website, SBA website, and other government websites to understand what are the new announcements and policies are being introduced. So we strongly encourage you to work with your lawyers, attorneys, CPAs, or financial advisors before you apply for any grants or any government initiatives. And if you have any questions, sorry. Yeah. So before you get into this, you might be knowing about me, but just as very high level about me. If anyone new person, if anyone newly joined, I am the CEO and founder of AG Fintechs. I have 15 plus experience as a CFO, controller, and other financial senior finance positions. And I worked in Amazon, Starbucks, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and Sun Edison. I have a team of CPAs, chartered accountants, and other finance professionals, and we have been helping our clients on tax returns filing, tax planning, bookkeeping, and other CFO services. And in the last 1 year, we helped to get we helped many small business owners in getting government stimulus payments, government initiatives, PPP loans, ERTC, EADL, and I personally have experience in handling hundreds of millions of dollars on PPP and other funds, government initiative funds. So you can see my name, my articles in Forbes, restaurant industries, healthcare industry, CPA website, and also MSN websites, MSN portals. I do also come on the TV channels every week to share my knowledge on tax planning. I'm a tax planning national level tax planning expert where I have been helping business owners in saving their hard-earned money. Okay, let's dive deep into our topic today. It's a $28 billion restaurant revitalization fund, which is called as RRF. In this presentation, if you have any questions, feel free to post your questions in Q&A, and I will also try to answer questions. If you can unmute and you can ask me the questions at the end of this webinar, and you can also reach out to me over the email or WhatsApp or directly calling our office number. So in the entire 1.9 trillion dollars American Rescue Plan, which was signed in this month of March 2021 by our President Biden, restaurant grants are playing a key role by having a share of $28.6 billion. Even the amount is a bit smaller compared to the entire bulk of a rescue plan. Still, it is a very big help to the restaurant industry. because the restaurant industry is one of the most impacted, COVID impacted business segment, a business industry in the last 1 year. So let's get into this topic in more detail. Overview. First, what is this? As I mentioned, this is a part of $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan. Who can apply? Restaurants, bars, associated food and beverage related industry, business owners can apply for this grant. How much funds are available? In total, $23 billion are assigned for this program. In that, $5 billion is allocated exclusively for businesses who have less than $500,000 as a revenue. If I have more than $500,000 revenue sales, can I apply for this grant? Answer is yes. But it's a specific allocation of $5 billion is given to smaller businesses, much smaller businesses. And these are completely tax-free grant. It's a free money government giving to you, to the small business owners, because they are impacted because of the COVID. And in every restaurant, each restaurant or location, one location can get a grant of up to $5 million based on their eligibility criteria. And if you have multiple restaurants, all restaurants together or locations together, you can get up to maximum of $10 million either per entity or affiliations together. If you are having an affiliation with any other restaurant where you play key role, or where you have more than 50% of stake in multiple restaurants, you need to add all those restaurant grants, and it should not exceed $10 million. And the very most important is first come, first serve basis. There is a clear-cut guidelines given by SBA on this. They will be processing the application based on FIFO basis, like whoever submits the first, based on that they are going through the will review the applications. However, there are some priorities given, which I will explain in the next slide. Eligibility. Technically, any restaurant or any restaurant or food business is eligible for this grant. There is no limits on the revenue side. What does it mean? You can have $10 million revenue, $50 million revenue, or there is no limit. Or you might have just started the business, you don't have revenue at all. Still, you are eligible for this restaurant grants. And the eligibility as of March 13, 2020, you should not have more than 20 locations, including all your affiliates. So the definition of affiliates includes, as I mentioned, you need to have 50% control on the other restaurants. So then you need to combine all those restaurants together. And the definition of restaurant, who at a very high level, who all are eligible. So restaurants, food stands, food trucks, saloons, inns, travels, bars, lounge. Inns means, are the hotels also included? Because hotels also have the restaurant. Are they included? No idea. As of now, we don't have much clarity. We need to wait for the SBA guidelines whether hotels with a restaurant are they eligible for the eligible to apply for this grant or not. And brew pubs, tasting rooms, tap rooms, or any other place where the primary purpose of the business is serving the food and drink. If that is the case, any other place, yes, you can apply for. They will be eligible for this grant. And if any restaurant is located at the airport, they are also eligible for this grant. So who are not eligible? There is a specific guidelines given. These business owners are not eligible for these grants. Number one, state and local government operated business. If you are a government organization, you are not eligible. And if you have more than 20 entities as of March 13, 2020, 20 locations, including all your affiliates, you are not eligible. If you are a publicly trading company, you are a publicly listed company, yep, you are not eligible for this grant. And has not applied or received SVOG, Shuttered Venue Operating Grants. If Shuttered Venue Operating Grants was program launched by SBA as part of CAA program, CAA, which is Consolidated Appropriation Act in December 2020. If you have a movie theater or if you have a live performance theaters, and if your business is impacted because of the COVID, you are eligible for the shuttered venue grants. So if you are applying for that, you are not eligible to apply for restaurant revitalization fund grant. Yeah. Many people ask me, is it a loan or grant? Because we all are very much familiar with the PPP loan. But now, why we are saying RRF grant? So what is the difference between loan and grant? This RRF Restaurant Revitalization Fund grant is a pure grant and it is not a loan. There is no obligation to repay it back. There is no liability in your books of accounts. There is no interest payment on this amount, whatever money you are going to get. And money, whatever you are getting, is completely tax free. You don't, it's a just someone is giving a free money to you based on your eligibility criteria. But you have to return the money if you don't use the money by December 31st, 2021. So this year, once you get the money, maybe in the next 1 2 months you might be getting money. I'll explain about the timeline. But once you get the money, you are supposed to use the money by December 31st, 2021. If not, you might need to refund the money whatever is left over. Number one. Otherwise, if your business is closed, if your business now you have taken the loan, now you have taken the grant, but in the next couple of months you close your business permanently, then you are supposed to refund this grant money whatever is left over. So, and you are also, for the loan purpose, generally you don't need to submit a, generally if you take any loan from the bank, do you have to submit funds utilization statement? Might be yes, might not be yes, based on the loan terms and conditions. But now for this grant, they might be asking you a funds utilization statement, how you spend the money. Have you used the money for the given purpose or not? So they want to look into this, and that you might need to submit this statement once you use all your funds. Okay, very important one. So my business is impacted in 2020, but I have a lot of cash reserves in my company. I don't need money to run my business. Still, am I eligible for this grant or not? You are supposed to do a good faith certification, stating that uncertainty of economic conditions. It means current, because of the economic conditions of your business, you need some financial support to run your business. If your business is not impacted because of the COVID, I'm sorry, this grant is not for you. This grant is exclusively designed for the people who are impacted because of the COVID. And the eligible entity, and you also need to certify stating that I have not applied for shuttered venue operating grant, or I am not going to apply. So you cannot do there is no double dipping. So you have to certify at the time of application itself, you have to certify that yes, I need of money and I am not going for one more grant again. And the other most important thing is no safe harbor rules. It means if you, for PPP, if you are familiar with the PPP, if anyone received less than $2 million, it is assumed by SBA saying that these people these people are very small business owners and they need financial support to run their business operations. But here, there is no safeguard rules. Even you are getting $50,000, you have to certify saying that yes, I need some financial support to run my business. Then, other key points which you should have is you must have pandemic related revenue loss. Okay, my business went very well in the last year in 2020, even because of the pandemic, even during the pandemic, because there might be more to goes, or there you might have very good orders, or otherwise you might have tied up with some Uber or some delivery, some delivery units. If your business is not impacted because of the COVID, you are not eligible for apply for. Okay, so and your business should impacted because of the pandemic revenue loss. Number one, and your business should be in 2020 the total sales revenue, the counter sales, whatever you are doing, counter sales or online sales, the total sales should be less than 2019. So, and PPP loan proceeds would be reduced by grant amount. Whatever money you are getting as a grant, you have to reduce your PPP loan amount. Example, you are going to get $1 million now as a grant, but you already got some $200,000 as a PPP loan. So now 100 minus 200, only $800,000 only you are going to get as a grant. Then you don't have to deduct any EADL loan amount or employee retention tax credit. If you got any EADL, economic injury disaster loan, you don't have to deduct that money from your total loan, from your total grant eligibility amount. Okay, this sounds good. Then how much money I'm going to get? This is personally, with my experience, I shall say, this is one of the best grant ever given by one of the best grant given by government organizations. So how does this work? As I was saying, your business should be impacted because of the pandemic, and how much loss you incurred, that amount they are going to give it to you. And and you have to demonstrate a revenue loss. It means you need to show your bank statements or income statements saying that your income is reduced during the pandemic time, and you cannot, as an entity or any person with all affiliates together, no person can get more than $10 million, and every business location is eligible up to $5 million, and it will be complete. Money will be distributed by SBA. There are no mediators like bankers. So like PPP loan, you apply, you work with different banks, Chase, Bank of America, or maybe some Wells Fargo. You might have tried with different small banks, big banks, commercial banks. Now you don't have to try with so many banks. You only need to work with an SBA. SBA is a government organization. And how much amount I can get it? If your business is opened either in 2018 or before, then these are the conditions you need to follow. So this is the calculations you have to follow. Number first, take the 2019 gross receipts minus 2020 gross receipts. And step number two, reduce it by PPP1 and PPP2 amounts. I'll do one example here. In 2019, your total sales in the business is $1 million. In 2020, your total sales were $400,000. How much is the difference? You have a difference of $600,000 as a revenue loss. And first, this is a revenue loss. Number two, if you already got some PPP loan, maybe in the PPP round one, you might have got $25,000. In the PPP round two, you might have got $25,000. Total is $50,000. From the entire $600,000 revenue loss, deduct this $50,000, so the balance $550,000 tax-free grant you are going to get, completely tax-free. It's a one-time, it's a lifetime. I personally felt that it's a lifetime opportunity, because I have so many clients, restaurant owners who had gone through a lot of struggles during the last year. But slowly, I know that slowly restaurants are picking up back after the COVID impact has come down. People are going out, but still, this is a very big support for your restaurant if you have a restaurant business. So then, if your business is not started in 2019, during the 2019, maybe in the month of June 2019 or November 2019 or February 2019. So then how does this work? You are supposed to calculate what is your average revenue, average monthly revenue. How does this calculated? An example, you started in the month of November 2019. Take the sales of October 2019. You started the business in October 2019. Take the sales of October 2019, sales up to November 2019, sales of November to December 2019. Average, that means total sales by 3 for those 3 months. So whatever number you are getting here, it is called 2019 average monthly gross receipts. Number one. Number two, you need to calculate 2020 average monthly gross receipts. It means take the entire 2020 sales divided by 12 into divided by 12. It will get you average monthly sales receipts. Then multiply the first part, 2019 average monthly receipts, into 12, so that you know what could be the full year sales. minus full year sales of 2020. So average. So then you will find out what is your eligibility amount. Then if you have any, if you received any PPP1 or PPP2, you can reduce those amounts also. Number two, if the entity is opened between January 1st and 2020, if you open the 2019, yes, there is a comparison. If you open the business in 2020, how do you do the calculation now? So now the further also there's a formula given. Whatever your total expenses, business expenses, operating expenses, payroll, rent, office supplies, or food, beverage, or anything, any expenses you spend money in your business during the period, like example 2020. If you take if you take it to 2020, what is the total expenses minus total gross? It is the total sales. I'll give an example here. When you run a company, when you run your business, whether you make sales or not, you have some expenses, like you need to pay rent, you need to pay your mortgage if it is there, you need to pay salaries, and you need to pay for food, to buy the materials, supply materials, all these expenses. Example, if all your expenses in 2020 are maybe $400,000, but your sales were only $250,000. Your expenses are $40,000, sales are only $250,000. You have a loss of $150,000. This loss will be funded to you after reducing PPP1 and PPP2, if any. Like again, if you received some $50,000, in this $150,000, reduce $50,000, the balance $100,000 is what you are going to get. If you started your business in June 2020, just throwing some example, you are not even eligible for the PPP, but still you are eligible for a restaurant revitalization grant. If you started your business in January 2021, this year, just 2 months back, still you are eligible for your business. And if we started the business construction, you are building your business now, you started incurring expenses, but you have not yet opened yet. You have not even opened the doors, but you are already incurring some expenses, like maybe you might be paying rent, maybe for some work you might be paying some salaries, maybe some other expenses you might be having. Those all expenses will be reimbursed to you if your business is not even opened yet as of March 10th, 2021. So if you incur any expenses before March 10, 2021, the business is not even opened yet. In those cases also, you will be getting these funds. This is a very great fund compared to the PPP for the restaurants, because for restaurants, they were not even for the PPP. You can't even apply for a PPP if you open your restaurant after February 15, 2020. But here, if you have the business before March 10, 2021, even though you have not opened the business yet for the public, even though there is no sales, still you are eligible for restaurant revitalization grant. And we are yet to get a lot more guidance, and these formulas might change because SBA has not yet released the applications yet. But SBA has given this is as part of the American Rescue Act plan, but there might be some tweaks when SBA releases the final applications. As of now, they have not yet released it. Okay, I am getting the money. First, how much money? Okay, now I will take the previous example of $600,000 is what 2019 sales. Okay, I will take an example of $600,000 is what we are getting as an RRF grant now. For what period I have to use this money, and what expenses are included, I will cover that. So now it is scheduled to be, and whatever the money you got, you have to spend the money by December 31st, 2021. Any and unused funds has to be returned, as I said, and it can be extended up to 2 years. So SBA may declare at the time end of this December, before the end of the period, December 31st, 2021, to extend the period. But as of now, whatever money you got, you have to use the money by December 31st, 2020. Okay, this is good. So how to use this money? The first one, expenses incurred during February 15, 2020 to December 31st, 2021. What does this mean? You might not be paying your rent for the last 10 months. Now we are in the March 2021. In the last month, last 10 months, maybe since June 2020, you are not paying the rent properly. Or you, so it is called expenses incurred in the past. So any expenses incurred after February 15, 2020 to December 31st, 2021, you can use the funds. Otherwise, you are not paying salaries for your employees for the last 8 to 6 months. You can use these funds to pay the salaries. And eligible, what are the other eligible expenses? You can use this funds for any operating expenses. What is an operating expenses? Expenses required to run your business. Maybe rent, maybe some electricity, utilities, gas, or salaries. Anything operating related expenses can be used. Similar to PPP2. If you are already familiar with the PPP2, I'm just it's a PPP2. If you remember, payroll you can use, rent you can use, supply of materials you can use. Like this, you can use for any of those things. And the mortgage payments. If we have an EMI payment month on month, you can continue to do those payments. It can be for your lease equipment, like you might have a car lease for your business. You can continue to pay car lease. You can continue to pay if you already owned a building and you need to pay monthly EMIs for your mortgage payments. You can continue to do that. Or if you have any equipment in the rest in the kitchen, you can for the lease. Still for those lease payments also you can do the payments. Then food beverage supplies. You can buy materials whatever you want to supply food to your clients, customers. Whatever money you buy for your whatever money you spend for your food, beverages, those can be included. PPP equipment, which is like a protective, like the PPP shields or any cleaning equipment or any other protective equipment. If you are using, if you are having some windows, glasses, whatever is there, any protective equipment, all those expenses can be claimed from this funds. And you can use for payroll, rent, utilities, and mortgage payments. Like I said, gas, electricity, those are also included. Maintenance expenses, including construction to accommodate outdoor seating. Like example, right now outside you need to do some construction work to let customers sit outside of your restaurant. That is also included. Walls, floors, decks, surfaces, furniture, fixtures, and equipment. If you want to buy some 2, 3 tables, chairs, maybe some furniture, some sofa for your restaurant, any of those things also can be used. So these are the purpose of how you can use the funds and for this period. Then prioritization file. Okay. So this is very good. So can I apply it now? You will get to know now. So as I said, funds out of the $23 billion, 5 billions are allocated only for the very small business owners whose revenue is less than $500,000. And number two, 21 days prioritization is given to any women owned or controlled by women, any businesses owned by veterans, and socially and economically disadvantaged business, small business concern. After this program is open, the first 21 days priority is given to these three categories. So can't I apply now? Once they open the application, anyone can apply. Everyone can apply once the application is open, but priority. So first 21 days, even though they are getting other applications, they want to prioritize if these businesses are owned by any of those three category of people. And after that, they will, as I mentioned earlier, they will go on FIFO basis, first in, first out. So an example, these funds are open on, just throwing some example, May 1st, 2021. First 21 days, they want to give the priority to the women owned or veterans owned. After that, after 22nd day onwards, they will start taking the applications, but they will go on FIFO basis, which was submitted on April 1st. So even though your business is your business is not owned by women, still you can apply for this on the day it is open. Number two, what is this own means how much? As of now, there is no clarity or clarification is given by SBI yet. But our interpretation with my knowledge and experience, if any women are own these restaurants by at least 51%, 51% is owned by women or veterans, then they come under prioritization phase. Then application process. So RFP. So this RFP, this restaurant revitalization funds are completely administered by Small Business SBA, Small Business Administration, and you can apply the grant either on sba.gov or grants.gov. As of now, still we don't know where it is going to be, but any of those two websites. And you don't need to go and talk to any lender. You don't need to go and talk to your Bank of America or Chase or any lender, any banker. So they are not involved in this entire process this time. And this application process is not yet started at this point. And it may start by any time in the by May 8th is what. So as per the regulation, as per the American Rescue Plan, SBA government has given 60 days to SPA to design this plan, issue the rules, and also to launch the program. I am expecting it will be starting. Maybe all the rules and regulations will be will be out by next week by SPA. After that, in the next couple of weeks, they may be opening up these funds for the public. So then, pre-work. Okay, I have 1 month time. Can I keep? Can I think about these grants after 1 month? Answer is no. There is a lot of pre-work has to be done. As I said, in the next 1 month, these funds will be applications might be opening up, and but there is some work is to be done even before application gets opened. So you have to start working right now. The first one, sign up for the data universal numbering system. There is a numbering system called DUNS. It is given by Dun and Bradstreet. If you have a business, if you have an EIN number for your business, you can apply for DUNS number. So you can apply for DUNS number, which may take up to 2 business days to process. So once you apply for this, you get a DUNS number. DUNS number is like a social security number or social security number for our individuals. Like the same way, there's a DUNS number for every entity, and you can get a credit score. You can build your credit score based on this DUNS number. And number two, you are also need to register with SAM, which is US federal government system for award management. As per US government rules, if anyone is applying for the government grant, they have to apply for SAM. They need to get a SAM number. To apply for SAM, you need to get a DUNS number. So step number one, step number two, and which is a SAM is it's an online process which is completely regulated by the government, and which may take 2 weeks to process. So if they take 2 weeks to process, now hundreds of millions of people will be applying for this. I am not sure how much time it will take. So you are expected to apply for SAM and also DUNS number as soon as possible. Okay. Once you get the SAM's registration, are we done? No. You are supposed to send this SAM notarized letter. Once you get the SAM registration number, you need to get the notary and you need to send it to the Federal Service Desk. So these are the 3 steps are required even before you apply for Restaurant Revitalization Fund. And it is relatively okay. And this SAM notarization letter sent to the Federal Service Desk, this is a relatively a new one, which was not there earlier. We are yet to get a lot more details on this. But as of now, please start the process to get this 1 and 2. And number 3, we are yet to get the details. I am expecting maybe by next week, SBA should be releasing all the required guidelines about this program. Then compliances. Okay, I got the money. I use the money for the given purpose. How does SBA knows whether you use the money for the given purpose or not? Or how do you know that once you get the grant, instead of putting the money in the business, you might go out and you might have buy a Tesla or some other luxurious fund you might have done, or you might have put money. You might have taken the money out from the business. You might have bought some property or assets. How does SBA know whether are you using the funds for the given purpose or not? It's under compliance. So an audit may be coming up for any grant which is more than $750,000. As of now, we don't know. Like example, for the PPP loan, anyone got more than $2 million, they got an audit. They are under audit. In the same way, for restaurant grants, if anyone is getting more than $750,000, they may come under audit. As of now, there is no confirmation. This is our interpretation based on the grants website, grant.gov. If you go, you will find it. It's called single audit. And track usage of funds with supporting documentation. Every dollar, whatever you are getting, It is a public money, taxpayers' money. They are getting the taxpayer money and giving to you. So you are obligated to track every dollar how you are spending the money, and you might need to spend you and you also need to submit a compliance reporting package to SPA after usage of the funds. How you spend the money, how you use the money for the payroll, paying the rent, utilities, or you for what purpose you spend the money. You need to give this report. This is a compliance report. This will be a lot of time consuming, and so please ensure that you track every expense with a supporting invoice and everything. Then, okay, PPP, RRF, and ERTC. So, what is right? Do I need to apply for PPP now or no? Do I need to apply for ERTC now or no? So, this is what my analysis. As you know, PPP money is completely forgiven and it's a dollar to dollar. How much money? I mean, it's a dollar to dollar. But ERTC, Employee Retention Tax Credit, it is not dollar to dollar. If you spend $1, you are getting only 70% of the $1 under ERTC, eligible for the ERTC. So, but if it's a PPP, it's a dollar to dollar. So, whatever money you got under PPP, money will be deducted from the RPF grant. If you have not yet applied for PPP, I strongly recommend go and apply now, because it is currently live available. RRF grant is not at launch, and we don't know how much complications it will be. But what I recommend is please apply for PPP right now, because March 31st is the due date to apply for the PPP, and it might be extended up to May 31st. But as of now, President has not yet signed, and ERTC will reduce the qualifying. Okay, employee retention tax credit. If we avail employee retention tax credit, how to use these funds? Like once you get the grant, you have to use the money, but you will not be able to use the money because you are getting an ERTC also. So be very cautious to claim employee retention tax credit. So if you are planning to apply for employee retention tax credit, please work with your CPA or financial advisor whether to apply or not. Otherwise, delay filing ERTC. You can amend it later, because ERTC is not dollar to dollar, but PPP is a dollar to dollar. Sorry, RRF is a dollar to dollar. So just be very cautious on this. Apply for PPP. If you're applying for ERTC, you can apply now, but once you get the PPP funds, once you get the RRF funds, you need to hold using the ERTC funds. So we need to get a lot more details for ERTC. Then, so what all we need? So just if you see the final checklist, what are the documents you need? You need 2019 tax return. You need 2020 tax return if it's already filed. You need quarterly income statement for 2019 and 20. If your books are not yet finalized, please spend time in the next 1 month, because while you are applying for the SAM registration, DUNS registration, sending the document to the service desk. Meanwhile, please finalize your financials. You need to know, they need an income statement, which is sales, what are the expenses, what is your profit. So that income statements are mandatory. So please finalize your books. If you're following the QuickBooks, or you are using a bank statement, whatever it is, please work with your CPA and get your books streamlined. If you want to file your tax returns, please get it filed before you apply for, if possible. Apply before you apply for this grant. And if you need any help also, I'm happy to help you there in this process. Then need DUNS number, please apply for DUNS number. Need SAMS number, please apply for SAMS registration number. Once you get the SAMS registration number, you need to send a notarized letter to Federal Service Desk. Then this process will take approximately 2 weeks of time. And certification, please note that you need to certify stating that you need funds to run your business and you have not applied for the service grant. So these all are mandatory requirements as of now. This list might be might go bigger after adding few more requirements by SPA, but as of now, these are what you all need. Then FAQ. In the last few weeks after this program is last, after talking with so many people are asking me these questions. Opened restaurant in 2020 or 21, are they eligible? Yes, you are eligible. Even you open the restaurant in 2021, still you are eligible for this grant. Shall I apply for a PPP loan now if eligible? If you are applying for a PPP 1, or if you are eligible for a PPP 1 or PPP 2, Please go and apply. Don't delay. Please go and apply for PPP. Are these grants taxable? Answer is no. These grants are not taxable. Completely tax-free money. Someone is coming and giving the money to you, free money. Business will be shut down soon. Shall I apply? If you're planning to shut down your business in the next couple of months, whatever the reason it is, then shall I apply? Answer is yes. As of now, if the business is active, yes, apply now. If once the business is closed, by the time whatever money is left over, you need to return it back to the government. If otherwise, see the opportunity to extend the business if possible, so that you will get this complete tax-free money. Then impact of EADL PPP funds receipt. If you already got an PPP, what to do? The money will be deducted from the total grant. It is okay, absolutely okay, even though they deduct the PPP money from the EADL, from the RRF grant. And EADL, did you get any EADL loan? It's okay. There is no impact because of the EADL loan, because you got $150,000 loan, whatever the money you got, economic injury disaster loan. There is no impact on this program completely. Who is the minority? As I was mentioning earlier, minority means businesses owned by women, or businesses owned by veterans, if at least 51% stake is owned by the woman. Okay, so what should we do now? Get ready, because estimated number of restaurants and bars in the US are 1 million restaurants are there. And as you know, restaurants is one of the most impacted business segment in the last year. So many restaurants might be applying for this grant. And this program is not like a PPP. This is a direct grant. If you got a PPP loan, what you do? You go and apply for forgiveness again. But for this grant, you don't need to reapply for forgiveness. Whatever the money you got, it is your money, free money, but you need to submit a compliance report stating that how the funds are used. Directly working with an SBI. You will be working directly with SBI. SBI is a government organization. If you have any experience in working with SBA, they are very slow. They don't respond. They don't meet their timelines. They always delay. They say something, they change the rules, keep changing, keep changing, keep changing. PPP loan forgiveness program, till now the rules are changing. So if any program is given by SPA, they keep changing, changing, changing. You need to be stay on top of what's happening. Otherwise, just work with a financial advisor who can help you on this process. Then first come first serve basis. Now you understand how important it is, how much demand it has, because direct revenue reduction they are giving it as a grant. What else you want? An example. I want to give one example here. The same example I want to use. 2019, you had a revenue of $1 million. 2020, you had a revenue of $400,000. The difference is $600,000. $600,000 government is directly giving to you. No cost of goods sold, no taxes, no salaries, nothing. It's a direct. There's a lot of demand for these restaurant grants. You need to be really proactive and you need to be first in the queue. New business started in 2020-21 can also claim this grant. Many restaurants, many clients, many of my clients actually asked me, they started the business during the pandemic time. They are not eligible for the PPP. So this is a very great program. And for our Indian community restaurants, most of Indian community restaurants don't have good W2 because they might have a 1099 contractors or they might do the salary payments on cash. There is no W2, there is no payroll run. So they didn't get PPP. But now I think almost every Indian restaurant is going to apply for this restaurant revitalization fund. This will be a super crazy in the next 1-2 months. Then seek help as required on navigating this relief program. So if you're not familiar with this process, if you think that this is a lifetime opportunity of getting hundreds of thousands of dollars free tax-free money, don't take risk. Just work with a financial advisor or some person who can help you on this entire process. How can we help you? This is how we can help you. Complete guidance on the program. If you want to work with us, we completely guide you on the entire program. You don't need to read anything, everything I will read. Every day, it's one of my day activity. I read what's happening, what are the new things are coming up. I will read every changes, every app changing, clarifications, notifications, I will read. I will give a complete guidance. Guidance on specific documentation recommendment. What are the documents you need as part of this program. I will guide you, and I will go through this. Assistance in DUNS and SAMS registration process. You don't need to worry about how to apply for the DUNS, how to apply for the SAMS, how to send this notarized document to the Federal Service Desk. Everything we will take care of you. We will guide you. We will hand hold you like a gym coach. We will hand hold you with you. We will ensure that every step you are taking in a right way. Review the documentation. Whatever the documentation you are giving to us, we will review it. We will review it completely. We will ensure that they are right, accurate, and they are in compliances. Assistance in flawless application submission. As I mentioned, there is a very high demand. First in, first out basis. Your application should be right. Don't take risk of doing some wrong application. One mistake, application will reject. If they reject your application, you will go back in the queue. Example, you might have applied for an application on the May 1st. After 21 days, they will open the application and they find that, hey, your application is wrong. You didn't give this information. You gave a wrong EA number. You gave a wrong DUNS number. You are not eligible. What if they decline it? You will go back into the queue again. By the time some hundreds of thousands of people already applied, because you will lose your spot. So don't take that risk. And so we will completely take care of this, and we have a team of finance professionals. We will apply for your optimization guidance on PPP1, PPP2, ERTC, and RRF. There are so many things. What to use money first? Where shall I apply for this? Shall I apply for the ERTC? We will review all your numbers. We will guide you what is right for you. We will help you on guidelines. We will help you on structuring what is right for you and to optimize all those benefits. Assistance of compliance reporting as required. Whatever documentation is required at the end of the usage of the funds, we will take care as required. They may ask 10 reports. We will give it for you. You just don't worry. We will take care of everything. Audit support as required. If at all, if at all there is an audit requirement, as per my understanding, if you are getting more than $750,000, you may come under audit. That also we will take care. You don't need to worry. We will assist you in the entire audit process also. That means from A to Z, from reviewing the application documentation, everything from applying for the DUNS number 2 till the entire money compliance reports are submitted, everything we take care. You just don't need to worry. If you are busy man, just give all the work to some outside person, because anyway you are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars as a tax-free money. Just get the work done from a professional. So then, if you need to more, what are the new things are coming up? Join our webinar every Wednesday. I have a webinar at 3 p.m. EST, 2 p.m. CST, 12 p.m. EST, 12 p.m. PST. You can join on my Facebook page, so that I'll keep updating all my pages. And if you're looking for our tax returns, we are happy to file your tax returns, and we can get a free discount also if you are applying for that. And okay, are you ready to discuss about RRF program with me? If you need our support, you can schedule a meeting with us. You can just open your barcode, mobile camera, cell phone, and just schedule a meeting with us. Otherwise, you can even send an email to me. If you don't get a slot immediately, just shoot an email. I am there for you. I will call you back. Just give me your number on email. I will call you back, and we can talk and we can close this. And this is the last level. And PPP loan. If anyone is applying for the PPP loan, we are happy to help. I have an experience of handling hundreds of millions of dollars in PPP loan directly from our company, AC FinTax. And we are offering a free support for all our sole proprietors, Schedule C, single member, 1099 contractors to get a PPP loan. Please spread this name, spread this word. We are happy to help them. And I'm opening up for the Q&A. Thank you very much for taking your time. So you can schedule a meeting. You can reach out to me. These are my contact details. And I'm opening up for the queue. Is this by NICS code, Mohit? As of now, they have not mentioned anything about this. Restaurants have an NICS code of 72, restaurant and accommodations, but they don't want to include accommodations under this program, like hotels. They might not be interested to include hotels in this entire program. So, but as of now, they have not said NAICS code is valid. I mean, it's a restaurant. Primary business goal should be food and beverages supply. Tavi, do I have to be a US citizen? Business opened in January 2020. Tavi, you don't need to be a US citizen. you can apply for this grant. And it doesn't have any impact on your immigration also. Because all these all are part of disaster recovery funds, sorry, stimulus payments, because entire economy is under disaster status. So whatever money you are getting from the government in this during this time, they will not have any impact on your immigration status. And next one, can a grocery store with cafe is eligible? Answer is, I think answer is yes, because cafe where you provide our food and supply, food supply. So I think we can demonstrate. But at this point, I think grocery stores also with a cafe, they are also eligible for this program. Okay, anyone has, okay, someone raised the question. Chandan Sen Gupta. Chandar, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me a question if you want. Yes,
That's
Chandar.
fine. I already got the answers. You
Okay.
already discussed about it. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Okay, then, if you have any questions, happy to reach out to me, or you can just schedule a meeting with me. It's a very simple. Otherwise, just send an email to me. Anything, either call us, email us, or schedule a meeting. If you already have my contact details, just ping me. I will be calling you back. If I will just call you back today itself. And so 4 people are joining. Raise the questions. Okay. Partha, we operate 2 locations under one EA number. Can they each get separate grant? Answer is yes. One EA number can get up to 5. Each location is eligible up to $5 million. Party centers are eligible. Party centers, as of now, because if they supply the food.
I put the hand long ago when you was not started.
Okay. Yeah, Partha, I doubt party centers are eligible, because party centers, if the primary goal is not to serve the food, the party center primary goal is to accommodate parties. So, but still now we don't have any clarity on that point at this point as of now. Okay, and Ravi, you can unmute yourself and you can talk.
Hey, does the grocery of 2020 has to be less than the gross of 2019? I mean, gross sales.
Yes, answer is yes. I mean, groceries are not directly eligible. Grocery with cafe might be eligible, but as of now, we don't have any clarity. But if at all, if it is eligible, then definitely 2020 revenue or sales has to be less than 2019 sales. And already have 2019 and 20 tax returns, still have documents quarter S. Nanda, yes, answer is yes. You have to have income statement also apart from the 2020. I mean, you prepare tax returns based on your income statements. So quarterly income statement is what they are asking. Yes, you need to have quarterly income statements. I mean, as I said, still we need to get a lot more clarity on the documents requirement. And there are some more questions. We supply catered food. Mohit, as I mentioned, the primary objective party. Okay, the primary we don't know. We don't have any clarity at this point. They are going to give us some definitions. As you are in my WhatsApp group, you can ask me the questions there. I will be happy to answer. And someone is asking me my WhatsApp group link. I'm just sharing my link. 1 second. So I do also have a WhatsApp group where that is exclusively for the business owners, and they can I keep updating all the recent COVID related ERTC, PPP, any new announcements. I keep sharing the information there, and I'm just sharing my link. So if anyone wants to join my WhatsApp group, they can join WhatsApp group. I have few hundreds of business owners in that group. So okay, I just pinged the WhatsApp group link in my chat box. So I will be updating everything on real-time basis to the extent possible. Whenever there is an announcement comes up, I will update there. So you can join the WhatsApp group. And and someone asked me, Monday only I got the slot on the calendar. Can I get it now? Yes. If you can just send an email to me, I'm happy to call you back. You can just send an email to me. Anil, it's very simple. Anil at AG Fintech. Call me at this number. I'll call you back immediately today after this webinar. So otherwise, if you want to, I can't see the. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I shared the link now. And I am also sharing my contact details also here. I shared the link to schedule a meeting with me, and also I shared my complete contact details. You can call me, message me, email me, WhatsApp me, anything you can do. I am there for you. Okay, everything I pinged in the chat box. My contact details, my WhatsApp group link, and also my how to schedule a meeting with me. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry. There are some few more questions. A business opened in 2020, merged with another business in 2021. Answer is eligible. The new entity, the new merged entity is eligible for this RRF grant. Answer to Sridhar Garu, yes. New business is also eligible. If I bought my business on March 2nd, 2021, would I be eligible to get the Amazon to the grant? Answer is yes, you are eligible. Nag, thank you very much for the insight, Anil Garu. How do we calculate total income? Only premises sales or sales partners like Grubhub, Uber Eats? Do we include only what we receive from the partners on the gross amount? Nag, it's a very good question. You have to include every sale, all your sales. It could be from Uber Eats or Grubhub also. Ganesh, is the restaurant owner has to be GC or citizen? Restaurant owner, Ganesh, restaurant owner doesn't need to be a citizen. There is no restrictions on the visa at this point. So either a business opened in 2020 merged with 2020. Okay, merged with another business in 2020. Are we eligible? Okay. So either if you don't have the business now you are not eligible. If you have the business now in the hand, then you are eligible. So it seems you already sold your business to someone else, so you are not eligible. The other person is going to be advantaged in this scenario. And can you please call me today, Chandan? Yes. Chandan, I am calling you immediately after this call. So 1 second. Okay. Okay then. That's it from my side. If you have anyone that has any questions, I'm happy to answer all your questions, if any, as usual. Okay. Oh, sorry, there is one more question. Bought business in August 2020. Can we take old business 2019 sales and compare with 2020 combined old and new sales? We know the answer is yes, provided the business should be in existence. If the business is in existence, the answer is yes, you can do it, Vinos. Okay. Yes. Anyone has any more questions? They can ask me, they can unmute, and you can talk. Otherwise, you can post a question here. Or otherwise, you can we can chat again. Or you can just send an email to me, anil@agfintax.com. I am happy to call you back immediately after this webinar. Can we still apply for PPP and PPP2? Answer is yes. Ravi, yes, you can apply for both now. I mean, PPP1 you can apply, after the PPP2 also you can apply. I mean, as of now, the due date is March 31st, but it will be extended to May 31st. It will be extended to the May 31st. Senate and House already signed the documents. Only just President is yet to sign the document. Okay, then it seems there are no more questions. As usual, I'm there. If you need any help, just reach out to me. Thank you very much. Chandan, I will be calling you now after this webinar. Thank you. Thanks, and I will be having few more webinars consistently till the program is completely launched. I will be there for you. Thank you.